Hi again, everyone. This is Bob with LoanModificationUSA.com, and I've got for you now part 2 of how the big bank's giant mistake can result in a lower principal balance for you. In part 1, we learned that through loan securitization, your loan was probably chopped up into many pieces, and the pieces were bundled into different securities called CMOs. We also learned that tracking the sale of mortgages into CMOs is a nearly impossible task, and MERS was created to simplify the task. But using MERS was a giant mistake by the lenders. In part 2, I'll tell you why this was a mistake and also how it could lead to a lower loan balance for you. Remember that your lender appointed MERS as their nominee for your loan, which means that they are not the owner of your loan. And because your original lender sold your loan, they are not the owner either. But legally, if you default on your payments, by law, only the actual owner of the loan can initiate the foreclosure. And here is the giant mistake that lenders made using MERS. Since neither MERS nor the originating lender are the current actual owner of the loan, they have no legal standing to initiate a foreclosure. Neither can legally foreclose on you. However, they will still try, and they rely on the borrower assuming their lender still owns the loan and has the right to foreclose. It's only when this arrangement is challenged in court that the whole charade is unmasked. When the court finds out that the foreclosing party is MERS or the originating lender, the judge realizes that neither has the legal standing to foreclose, and the case is usually dismissed immediately. And this is why lenders are so willing to undertake a principal reduction negotiation with you. They realize that they have no legal standing to foreclose and would rather have you making payments on a loan with a lower principal balance than suing them in court to extinguish your original loan. Also, they absolutely do not want these cases to go to trial because that would only make the situation more visible to the general public and speed up the unraveling of the MERS hoax. The bottom line is that if your lender used MERS as their nominee, they likely sold your loan and have no legal standing to foreclose on you and will therefore be very willing to accept a principal reduction proposal. There are many court cases in the public domain that have established the precedent. If your loan documents show MERS as your original lender's nominee, you stand a very good chance of receiving a principal reduction on your loan. So how do you know if you're a candidate for a MERS principal reduction? Well, the only requirement is that your loan must have been registered in MERS. You can find out on the web or use our handy MERS loan registration check form. Just fill out the form and you'll know within 24 to 48 hours if you're a candidate for a MERS principal reduction. There's no cost to find out and there's no obligation whatsoever. You can click the button below directly or look for this button anywhere on our website. That's the end of part 2 of how the big bank's giant mistake can result in a lower principal balance for you. Thank you for your time, and remember to click the button or elsewhere on our website to find out if your loan is registered in MERS and whether you might be a candidate for a principal reduction.